WWE superstars over the years get injured, leave, retire, but they always make a return of some description. Well, most of the time. Whether they are gone for 8 months, a year or close to a decade, they will be back and they will be put in a match. The curious question, however, is will that match be any good after the performer has been away for such a significant amount of time? If the return match involves any of the following performers, you can bet your bottom dollar that it's going to be a spectacle. I am the Wrestling Guy and here are the 5 greatest WWE return matches of all time. Number 5, Brock Lesnar vs John Cena, Extreme Rules 2012. After deciding he didn't enjoy the life of being a pro wrestler, Brock Lesnar quit WWE, tried his hand into breaking into the NFL before becoming the UFC heavyweight champion. With his cage fighting career ending following a battle with diverticulitis, WWE made a play for Brock's return, and in April 2012, the next big thing returned to the place where he originally made his name. His first order of business was removing John Cena's teeth, leading to an Extreme Rules match at the following pay-per-view. From the offset, Brock Lesnar, even though he hadn't wrestled for many years prior, didn't appear to have any apprehension about taking apart the face that runs the place in brutal fashion. It was a match unlike anything we had seen in the WWE ring for a long time, and although John Cena had certainly contributed massively towards that, this was the Brock Lesnar show. A grueling and bloody war which showed that Brock was back and as dangerous as ever. Number 4, Edge, Royal Rumble 2020. Edge's last match before being forced to retire due to serious injury was retaining the World Heavyweight Championship against Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27. It was a damn good way to go, but it wasn't the swan song farewell that fans wanted for one of the greatest of all time. Though everyone assumed that Edge would never wrestle a match again due to the severity of his neck injury, the Rated R superstar shocked the world by appearing as the 21st entrant in the 2020 Royal Rumble match. The pop was euphoric and Adam Copeland was clearly emotional as he stood there soaking it all in. He then quickly realised it was time to go to work. As soon as he entered the ring, he began spearing everyone left, right and centre and lasted 23 minutes and 43 seconds before being eliminated by Roman Reigns. As we would soon find out, this was no old school one-off Rumble surprise return and would only be the start of the second chapter of the Hall of Famer's career. Based on his performance in this Rumble, fans knew that they were going to be in for a treat going forward. Hey, we may even get to see the greatest match ever. Number 3, the Hardy Boyz Fatal 4-Way Ladder Match, WrestleMania 33. Jeff Hardy made his departure from WWE in September 2009, following which his career and personal life was full of controversy when he mainly wrestled for TNA/Impact. Jeff's older brother Matt left WWE a year later and likewise had a hard time keeping it together in the immediate aftermath of his exit. Thankfully, the Hardy Boyz managed to turn over a new leaf, and thanks to the broken universe, they became one of the most talked about acts in the industry for positive reasons once again. After becoming free agents, rumours circulated that they would be on their way back home, having wrestled a ladder match against the Young Bucks at the Ring of Honor show the night before. Matt and Jeff showed up as surprise participants in the WWE Raw Tag Team title ladder match at WrestleMania 33. Just like old times, the Daredevil duo picked up the straps to brag the gold on their first night back. The match itself was a thriller, and despite them feeling sore from the previous evening, both Matt and Jeff grafted and suffered for the cause. Number 2, The Rock and Roman Reigns vs Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 14 Night 1. Most fans must have assumed that The Rock's in-ring career had ended for all intents and purposes when he put over John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 29. Yes, he came back 3 years later for an impromptu 6-second match against Eric Rowan and had got physical during some of his rare appearances, but despite all of the rumours, his return to the ring looked improbable. Like Dwayne Johnson hung up the boots for good. However, after being named on WWE's board of directors in early 2024, it soon became apparent that the People's Champion had been stepping inside the ring once again to kick some candy ass. That someone was supposed to be Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 40, but fan uproar caused an unplanned heel turn which resulted in a tag team match where the final boss would team with the Tribal Chief instead. 11 years after his last match, The Rock looked like he hadn't missed a beat as he hit all the hits during an epic 45-minute bout which left fans wanting to see him clash with the American Nightmare or perhaps even the OTC in the future. Number 1, Shawn Michaels vs Triple H SummerSlam 2002. One of the premier performers of the 90s, Shawn Michaels paid the price for his hard-bumping start after suffering a severe back injury at the 1998 Royal Rumble. The Heartbreak Kid fought through the pain and battled it out into WrestleMania 14, where he dropped the world title to Stone Cold Steve Austin, before showing up as a WWE commissioner and even as a special guest referee. During his absence from the ring, he would also have battles with addiction, as well as alienating some of his co-workers and friends due to his erratic behaviour. Fortunately, Michaels came out of it on the other side and straightened himself out, as well as recovering enough enough physically to the point that WWE greenlit his in-ring return. His opponent was none other than his D-Generation X running buddy, 14-time world champion Triple H, who in HBK's absence had ascended to the top of the business. The non-sanctioned bout went down at SummerSlam, where the showstopper stole the show with a blistering performance which wouldn't have looked out of place during his prime.